Brothers. Two teams on opposite ends of the Sunshine State. The Jags and Dolphins are underway. Now it's Wilson. Powers through. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First carry for Frank Gore back home here in Miami. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now the rookie from Arizona State, it's Kalen Ballage. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
Go, go. Tight right. Hey, 20. Play.
A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Dante Fowler in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. Back deep, Jadon Mickens. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at the 20. Now Bortles. And Austin Seferian-Jenkins has it. And he'll be out right at the 35. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Here's Leonard Fournette, 1,000-yard rusher from a year ago. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Let's go. Spread left.
On 2nd down, here's Bortles. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here.
What do you think, 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
Hank.
Throwing on first down is Bortles. Eluding the pressure right. Room here to run. Finding room inside the 40. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Bunch right. Lucy.
On first down, Bortles. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Bortles going to run the draw with Fournette. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. For a lot of people, MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week. They're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. It's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 3rd down, Fournette. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Yeldon. A good red zone run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd and goal. That's what they wanted out of that first down play. Run it down there. Now they're knocking on the door.
The only thing that would have been better was getting it in, and now they can do whatever they want because they've got confidence on their side. Line up quickly and go, or savor it a little bit, but I run right back at them.
2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette, and he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. A great effort there. His 19th touchdown now on the season, and the Jags have taken the early lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau, and that makes the score 7-0. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. Now it's Wilson. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Tannehill and the Dolphins break the huddle. Come up 1st and 10 at their own 18. Now Drake. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Hey, 20.
On 2nd down, here's Tannehill. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Tannehill finding Stills, and it's a Dolphin first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Tiger. Go.
On 1st down, Tannehill looks for Parker, and it's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. Lambeau to add on the extra point. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson, and they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49.
Green 80.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. Room to run inside the 40. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
After the penalty, it's Fournette. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Green 80. Green 80. Here we go.
On 3rd and long, it's Bortles. Now he's hit, and Bortles fumbled. It's loose, and the Dolphins have got it.
Well, that's a down and distance coaches always talking about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long, and you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
4 down. Check. 4 down.
Malage. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Back to the ground, this time with Gore. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Frank Gore, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins have got it back to a 1-score game. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now to figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Jaguars getting set to go. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back on it.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
On 1st down, Drake. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Let's
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Now on second down, this is Gore. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. He goes underneath to Drake. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defense is awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the toe.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now in this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Let's go, let's go. 39, Lucy.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Miami after this. The pitch to Fournette. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Bortles on the give to Fournette. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. Bobby McCain here, the one who brings him down.
Here we go.
But that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
Now Leonard Fournette. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Fournette, a 1st down carry. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
380. 380. Omaha.
Bortles trying the option to the right. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. This offense 2 for 2 on third downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. Now Bortles. Open man is Westbrook, complete. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback and his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged, because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
On the run, it's Fournette. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Bortles to throw on 2nd down. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Now Bortles. And almost intercepted. Would have been a huge pick in the end zone, but as it stands, that brings up 4th. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And Lambeau will put this one through, and that moves them up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So they get the 3, increase their lead to close out the half.
Excellent way to end a drive, go into the locker room with a little bit of extra momentum after adding 3 to their total.
So we've reached halftime, and just like that, on we head to half number 2. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Second half beginning with a run from Fournette. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop it. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down.
From this vantage point, they've got the lead here, so for me, that'd be enough to go ahead and punt the football and let my defense defend the long field.
If you go for it, you don't get it, then you really put your defense in a tight spot.
Yeah, but we never know what people ultimately will decide to do here on 4th and inches.
And Bortles going to sneak it. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's a give to Fournette. And some room to maneuver. Room to run past midfield. Fournette fighting through. 38 yards on the scamper there.
And that's why defense coordinators always preach 11 guys to the ball. Because sometimes you have a missed tackle, but if you have a swarm of guys around, less room for them to roam even after the first missed tackle. In this case, tackle was missed, plenty of open field to get after that.
A 1st down carry now for Yeldon. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
A handoff to Fournette. They find some open field here. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Remember at the outset you talked about the key being keeping him under 100 yards. Well, he's over 100 now. We're in the third quarter.
So that has happened, right? So that goal's gone. Can they bottle him up the rest of the way? They'll need to do so if they want to try and win this one.
A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal.
Sunday.
They'll try to punch it in with Yeldon. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
To me, that's a terrific run on first and goal at the 3. They got 2 yards. I'd line right back up and give it to him again.
Second and goal from the 1. Now Bortles thinking twice about their offensive setup. He's going to take a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They get it to him running left. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to bring up an interesting third and goal. They come up in an offset eye. Here's Fournette. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, but it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal.
This is where you're probably weighing the score and the clock. Third quarter, so maybe it's a little early to start worrying about how much time is left in the game. But if you kick the field goal, you make it a 2-score game. A tough balance and a tough decision for any coach to make.
A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle. Right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Tannehill and the Dolphins break the huddle. Come up first and 10, just shy of the 30. To throw is Tannehill. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down.
Deep. Hey, 20.
From the 50, it's Tannehill. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. And he's got this down to the 35. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Play.
On first down, it's Tannehill. And Stills over the middle. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now he's forced out left. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
Tannehill going to throw on 3rd and 1. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. Tannehill able to take off and pick up the first as well.
These type of plays are backbreakers for a defense. They thought they had him hemmed in, thought they were going to get him on the ground with the pass rush, but were unable to do so. He gets away, picks up a big first down, and sets up 1st and goal inside the 10.
On 1st and goal, Drake. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the...
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. They'll try the air now with Tannehill. And here he'll get it down to the 7. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, Tannehill. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He was looking for Parker that time. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
39, Lucy.
They begin with a run by Fournette. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. He's going to go for a big play down. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. He's at the 30. 10. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 79 yards. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try to run for it with Fournette. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And this Fournette territory here, and he's alone in the backfield on 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's 3rd and goal. They'll run with Fournette, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 4 yards, that gets him close to the goal line, but it also brings up a 4th and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And Lambeau will put this one through, and that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. He was looking that time for Stills.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. So after the INT, it's Bortles. He's going to air one out. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
He goes underneath for Yeldon. Busts through the tackle, and he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon. But
now he's hit, and Bortles fumbled. It's loose, and the Dolphins have got it.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. Following the fumble recovery, Tannehill. It's complete to Parker, left side. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one goes for 24 yards. Tannehill now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this.
Play.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A Miami 1st down, that one going for a gain of 11. Tannehill now to throw.
And after that completion, you can...
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Dante Fowler in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. To throw on 2nd down is Tannehill. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Well, he made that catch knowing full well that at the end of it, he's going to catch a pretty good lick.
I guess if there's anyone on this team that can absorb a pop, it's him. fourth, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Dante Fowler in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Now Tannehill. And that is incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away. Well, they had to take one final shot at the end zone, but now things are looking really bleak.
And I agree with that totally. You had to take the shot if they did score. You know, whether you call it a miracle or not, you line up, onside kick, get the ball back, throw one more in the end zone, who knows? Had to take the chance, just was unsuccessful.
They'll toss it to Fournette. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. The defensive end, Cameron Wake, brings him down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Again, it's Fournette. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Bortles going to look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Following the sack, third and long for Bortles and the Jags. Here's Bortles to throw. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is because, let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city with one in the victory column, oh, that's a fantastic feeling.
So for the Jaguars, the wins keep coming as this one moves them to 12-3 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. Meanwhile, for Miami, it's a bad time of year to take a loss like this as they drop to 10-5. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.